All she had to do was listen to me. I've been lurking on this sub for a while and recently remembered an MC story of my own. This will be on the longer side mostly due to context. Background: I live in Mexico and work for the federal government in what is the executive department that oversees everything related to social development. The way this is set up is there is the cabinet secretary of this department who then delegates authority to other officials who are responsible for the duties pertaining to this department in each state, state delegates. There are 32 states in Mexico. So there are 32 state delegates. These state delegates then within their states transfer responsibilities to regional directors. In Mexico, states are divided administratively in municipalities. I live in a mid-sized state that is divided in 7 regions. Each region has roughly the same population. There are 4 municipalities in my region, others have more. One region has only 1. So the regional directors performed their duties helped by 2 assistant directors and a municipal coordinator. This was my role, who is in charge of the employees assigned to each municipality. This story is not about what our duties are to our role in improving the well-being of individuals through the diverse programs the federal government has. This is a story about the role we played during the COVID-19 vaccination. The national vaccination campaign was carried out by the armed forces who were in charge of safeguarding the vaccines. The health secretary, workers, doctors and nurses in charge of applying the vaccines. And the secretary I work for in charge of logistics. This meant we had to decide where the vaccine sites would be. And were in charge of getting people into them and vaccinated. We started in December 2020, being among the first 10 countries in the world to carry out vaccinations, attending first-line responders to the pandemic, and by February started with the population 60 and over. It's at this stage where the story takes place. In order to get vaccinated, people had to register online and print a voucher. Our job at site was to check their voucher and an ID. Write on their voucher the information of the vaccine they would get. We would rip vouchers in half. Keep one. We also had to upload this information to the government's platform. Give the other to the person and send them on to triage, and now in the hands of the health sector. Story: my city was first in the state to vaccinate older adults, and the first day was somewhat chaotic, as would pretty much be the first day of the subsequent age groups. Vaccinates got to site late, but we managed, and 4 days later had vaccinated over 60,000 older adults. Seeing that things had not gone as we had foreseen, an assistant director from my region and I were sent to another region to help them with their first vaccine process for older adults. We get there the night before, accompanied by the state delegate, who introduced us to the regional director and his team. And even thought he never stated that we would be in charge of the 2 vaccine sites that would open. He insisted that each of the site coordinators SE should heed our advice. So we divided the team. Got to know who was the SD I'd be working with and called a night. We would begin with the vaccination at 9 in the morning. So I got to the site I was assigned to at 7. And was surprised that people, kids or grandkids of who would be vaccinated, had actually slept there making a line so their family members would be among the first vaccinated. There were roughly 100 people in line by this time. I find the SE and her team, 14 employees, 20 volunteers, and she starts assigning people to the different tasks we had to do. SE sent 4 people to the door. 5 people uploading the information. 15 of the volunteers she said would help the health sector. And the remaining 12 would be doing the ID. Voucher verification. I immediately told her this was a terrible idea. Firstly, that the vaccine would most likely not get on time. Then that the verification process took some time. And she had to assign as much people as possible to this task. That 4 people for the door was too much. SE had to send people out to the line to make sure the people in line had just their voucher and ID in hand and ready. Older adults tend to bring all their personal documents. Also identify who among them was more vulnerable and send them out to the line. And forget to upload information right now, as there were people all over the country trying to upload. It would be really slow to even try. The line outside kept growing. She said to me how she had already planned everything out. And although she thanked me for my input, she knew she was confident this would work out. Now I could have insisted. I could have called my assistant director, who was with her regional director at the other site, him not having any of the issues I was, but ultimately decided to let things play out, and was assigned to actually go help the health sector, where they had me handing out waters in the triage area. At 9, and with the vaccine being late, she starts letting people in and through the verification process. At 9:50 the vaccinate had not arrived yet, and I get a call from the state delegate. Me, yeah. What's up? State delegate, there is a 1.5 kilometers, 0.9 m, line outside your site. Now people weren't socially distancing. That was a line of people right next to each other. What are you doing to get the people inside fast? Me, I don't know what SC is doing. I'm handing out water in the triage area. State delegate, what? Me, yeah, even though I told SC her plan was a terrible idea. She said she knew best and sent me to help health sector. State delegate, hold on, and he hangs up on me. Not even 5 minutes later SC comes, finds me walking towards me with her tail between her legs, looking totally defeated, and just says, so how do suggest we organize ourselves? I really did feel sorry for her. So just said, pull all the people you sent to help here into Raj and send to verification. Pull everyone from uploading and send to verification. I'll go outside. Leave just one at the door. The other 3 and you come outside with me. Have one of them go along the line sending people to the front, and we will check that the people have their documents in hand and signed off that all it's good. So the people in verification just write in vaccine information and rip vouchers in half. Took us about 3 hours to get the almost 2,000 people in line inside. People kept coming till 6, which is when we closed. But they didn't have to wait more than 15 minutes to get in.